Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope everyone's doing good. This is Khaliq Moore coming at you again with another video. How I am living my life with mental illness. Um, Disclaimer again, I'm not a doctor, therapist. I'm just a peer specialist, certified peer specialist, and I'm giving you my experience on how I cope and live with a mental illness and how I maintain it and keep it at bay, you know. So last time I was on here, I wanted to read you guys a little excerpt from my book, uh, Journey to Peace, available on Amazon.com. So I just want to read this, uh, introductory, not the introductory. This section is called A Series of Unfortunate Events That I Went Through. True story. Okay. In the late 1980s, I was 17 years old. One night, I was on a corner selling crack. A loyal customer, so I thought, used to drive upon the corner, park the car, we would make the transaction, and she would drop me back off the corner. But this one night was different. I got in the passenger seat. We drove off to a different corner from before, and a second woman who was hiding in the back pulled out a gun and announced a robbery with a pistol pointed at the back of my head. I turned around and I noticed the gun was fake. So I fought these two women in the car and escaped. I worked as a pizza delivery man for about 4 months with no problem. Well, this one night I was approached by four young guys. One of them had a Tech 9 machine gun pointing at my face. He says to me, "You know what this is, old head." All I could say is, "You got me." I gave up everything I had on me, money, my phone, the food. It was raining slightly and dark as I was told to get down on the ground with the weapon pointed at me. I saw my life flash in front of me. He could have executed me right there. They all jumped into my car and drove off, leaving me there with the most valuable thing I had, which was my life. I quit that job the next day. I remember being shaken from that experience about 2 weeks later. It was like an aftershock. Man, my anxiety went through the roof. I couldn't sleep. I went to the doctor and was prescribed an anti-anxiety medication that took weeks to work. Excuse me. One night while driving home from work, I was dozing off at the wheel. At this time, I was suffering from insomnia, not getting enough sleep at night. I should have pulled over to get some rest, but I didn't and ended up falling asleep behind the wheel, crashing into a parked oil truck. Thank God there wasn't oil in that truck, or I probably would have blown up. Then, once under the same circumstances, I fell asleep behind the wheel again, hitting a concrete barrier, and ended up unconscious in critical condition at Hahnemann Hospital. I suffered and shattered a right foot, bruised sternum, broken ribs, and neck and back pain. Like the incident with the delivery robbery, 2 weeks later, I was shaken up mentally and emotionally. All these life threatening events, and then some, there were some more that I didn't mention, could be the cause of my mental illness. My doctor doesn't know whether my lifestyle, environment, hereditary, or drug use caused my mental instability. I personally believe it is all those reasons. I've had a lot of trauma in my life. Anyway, I'm diagnosed with a mental illness. I'm writing this short autobiography to bring awareness to all people, particularly African American male and female. I say this because there is evidence that our community suffers greatly in this aspect, and many of us don't seek treatment, especially males. It's been a long history of African American males ignoring all types of health ailments because we don't like to go to the doctor and follow up appointments we get from our doctors. I'm guilty of this a dozen times over. African American men can avoid so many health problems if we only just go to the doctor for a checkup, follow the doctor's instructions, and importantly, make the follow up appointments. I have so many friends who died of a health issue, but didn't have to only if they'd been seeing a doctor, especially after the age of 40. I made the decision to put my trust in God and allow me to have patience with the process of treatment for my condition. It's not easy, but it's possible. This is my story. Next, my so-called shelter life. And yeah, this is from the book, guys. From get it off of Amazon.com. You know, you can just type in my name, Khaliq Moore, and it'll come up. But I want to talk about my sheltered life. So I thought it was sheltered. I grew up in a nice neighborhood, real nice neighborhood in Philadelphia. Neighborhood is West Oak Lane. And I had both my parents, brother and sister. Uh, my dad worked, my mom worked. And, you know, I never went hungry, never had electricity, you know, the lights turned off, never went without food, was always with heat, warm. My father was a provider, a real man's man. And my mother was a very nurturing mother. To say that, I was involved in a lot of childhood activities, football, music, art, uh, all types of sports and entertainment. Uh, I used to actually rap when I was a young boy, break dance and all that stuff. Excuse me. But I'm saying this that you don't have to come from a broken home to be bit by this same dog, meaning mental illness or drug and alcohol addiction. You know, a lot of it is environmental and making bad decisions. I made some bad decisions. I was in a nice high school where Central High School here in Philadelphia for academic uh, people that excel in academics. And I could have went all the way to college. I even got a scholarship to Penn State. They was interested in me, and I forego. I forego. Um, I didn't go because I had a daughter. You know, teenage. I was a teenage father, so I thought it was important for me to take care of my daughter right away. So I went to work, and I did good. You know, taking care of her. As far as being a provider and being there. Um, but then I had my troubles. You know, I had my troubles. I had my issues, and then dealing with the street. The street life got me caught up. And I don't say that lightly. You might have a lot of people claiming they was in the streets, they thugging and all. The streets ain't all about thugging and being the hardest person, a hardcore criminal or nothing. The street life is what it is. You run into all kinds of stuff, you know, drug dealing, robbery, burglaries, you know, cops and all that stuff. But it don't mean you're a tough guy. Just you're in the streets and you take what you can take, and you realize that uh, that's the route you went, so you follow the code, you know, and that was my ignorance because I thought that was the way to go in life. Um, and it just ended up with me going through problems time and time again, over and over, same stuff, like they say, you do the same thing and expect different results, then you're insane. No, you're gonna get the same results, so I don't glorify what I have done in the street because I was ignorant and I was chasing money and thinking the money would bring me whatever I desired. But the money didn't bring me that. The money brought me misery because each and every one of us has a soul, and your soul uh, is inclined to evil. But if you have faith and you're doing the right, you got a good heart, you want to do good. I mean, when I say we're inclined to evil, I mean, I'm not saying we all come out and just do evil things, but it's easy to do something evil and it's not so easy to do something good, if you know what I mean. So that's another topic. But all I wanted to do is share a little bit of my book, give you the vibe of it. Um, and you guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Um, I'll be on here a couple more days, after a couple more days, God willing. And today is a good day for me. I mean, I had a little adversity, like we all have, but I gotta keep remembering I'm not where I was. You know, I'm at a place now where it's good and I'm doing very good and I have everything I need. So when something don't go right or go my way, I bring it back to where I was, what condition I was and the condition I'm in now. And what I do is I try to change my condition by all means, but sometimes it's just out of your hands. So you give it up to God. But that's it for the day. Real short. I just want you guys to encourage you guys, get the book. Email me, KHLQ800@gmail.com. Comment, give me a comment, and let's interact. I will be going live soon as I build up audience, but make sure you guys subscribe. And I just want to say everybody have a good week this week, and I'm out of here. Peace.